are ya? There's cat hair in my hair. I'm not sure. So I have a lot of candles. And, excuse me. Boy, you guys, the energy is heavy. Heavy, heavy, heavy. I was just up for 26 hours. And then I slept for 7, which I thought I would have slept, and hence why my eyes are so red. No smoky treat, just still tired. But, you know, when you got something nagging at you and you can't sleep. So, here I am. I have a few things. And this is for still the collective. I think it's a part 2 because I still have cards here. You guys, there's just, my heart hurts. And for those of you that think that, spirituality is just all love and light and we're just, living in La La Land and Delulu Land, that's not what it's about. Spirituality is taking a very good look at yourself and dealing with the parts of you that suck. Suck. And I don't know. I'm going to put the light on so I can see it better. And yeah, I'm in my I'd rather be my true, authentic, I don't give a shit Lori than lie about who I am, because the masks that so many wear, you guys, why is it so hard for you to show people who you truly are? Because you're afraid someone will judge you, because you're afraid someone will say something, or you're part of this big old group of girls and you don't dress like them or do like them or whatnot, or don't have enough money, or don't have the right purse, or don't have the right this, or don't say the right thing, or you're a little too brass, or you're too... Who cares? My rule of thumb, as long as you go out with good intentions and to be pleasant and whatnot, you shouldn't give a shit. Why does other people's opinions and things and all this and all the arguing and, now it's gone from, did you guys not see the pattern of, how many different things has it gone about the arguing, of, what was it, since September, it's been about Charlie Kirk, and now, we've got the thing. Minneapolis, you guys, is a training ground. They pay them money to do those things. And to me, how is it any different than the suicide bombers that went into the Pentagon or into the 9/11? What Miss Good did. And I can hear ya. She knew what she was doing. She was trained. She went to a school. Look it up, people. Too many of you take things at face value versus doing some digging for yourself. And I'm talking research. I'm not talking just, let's go to. No, I'm talking get out there. But the sadder part about it is you have to make sure you have a good search engine that isn't, some of the ones that they use, because they've been gleaning and clearing out the internet. Mandela effect. What do you think that's all about? They want to reprogram you. And if you don't think that the government has still got a whole bunch of psyops going on and things, and it's when you decide to break out of all the things that you've been taught, completely flip it on its head, and then sit with it and see how it feels in your body, you begin to see a lot more than what they choose to hand you. And I'm sorry, for those of you that just choose to be angry and just want to be pissed off at the world, you know what? Go do that. But just stay out of my world and stay out of my stuff, because I've worked very hard to get where I am today, and I have no problem blocking you, cutting you off, not calling you, not returning a call. I don't refriend friends. I don't refriend family. I don't re anything anymore. If I see you or run into you, I of course will be pleasant and nice, because it's not my job to be a shitty human to other humans. I just won't give you back what you gave me. I don't work that way. And that's the problem that we're having right now, is so many people have the guilt rising up within them because they know what they did to other human beings, and it wasn't warranted. And I'm sorry that you're having to deal with it. But if you don't think that I didn't have to deal with some of the shit that I did in my life and the decisions that I made, and yeah, sometimes others don't see the choices that you were handed, and you made a choice based on the two shitty choices. It's like giving, a toddler two choices about something, but they're both very hard. It's the same thing. And if you died today and you did a span and looked at everything you did in your life, would you be happy with it? I did that about 6-7 years ago. Guys, I have been on my spiritual journey for about 30 years. I'm not even telling you, because the thing about it is, back then I was doing more study. It's why I have so much of the obscure knowledge that I have, is because I like to read. I like to investigate stuff. I go down the rabbit hole. I figure shit out. I've been doing it my whole life. And for those of you that hung around me or knew me even back 30 years ago, probably didn't even know that about me, because it's what I did when I wanted my alone time. And anybody that knew me well knew that I can't talk today, anytime anything bad happened or whatnot, I need time to process. That is just who I am, because I have to look at it from all angles. I'm a Pisces, and I'm a 5 placements of Pisces, so I feel it, and I feel it all, and I feel what you're feeling. But I've learned, probably within, the last 3 years, I only choose to battle with people that can actually hear me intelligently. And I mean that in the nicest way. And I'm getting hot. But I no longer will let anybody pull me out of something because they disagree with me. I don't, you know what? You are free to believe whatever the hell you want. But hear me when I say this. If you ever come after me or my children, I pray for you. And see, that's the thing. Whew. There were many that did that. They wanted to financially break me, went after me, tried to take my kids from me. One, it happened. But I've also learned that when somebody chooses to believe one person and never question the other person about anything, there's nothing I can do about that. And I have to live with the fact that my daughter doesn't talk to me. But is it going to wreck me and make me, into wanting to hurt myself or off myself off this planet? Absolutely not. But you know what? That was the goal that many people had. Because they didn't know how to regulate their own nervous system. So they just wanted to get even, and they had revenge, and they, went after. And you know what? Many of us that have the gifts and the things and the, she must be doing some spells or blah, blah, blah. No. We don't do those things. Those of us that are here to help you understand who you are and to bring the light to you, to try to show you that there is a better way to go about certain things, and there's a better way to regulate yourself. It's very simple. You cut out all the cancer that lives within your world, whether they be people, places, or things, and you start over. And you go live your life. And no, it isn't running away from your responsibilities or putting your head in the sand and going drinking a fucking bottle of vodka or downing a bottle of pills. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking you sit with yourself and you figure it out. And it's fucking hard. I am not the same person that I was even 2 years ago. I am in such a better mental headspace, but I was still dealing with a lot of the trauma in my life. And we all have it. Some of us to a worse degree. But we signed up for it. And many of us, and there are many more people who are coming out now, are understanding that we go through certain things in our world to teach us so then we can help other people who have gone through similar. We have a very, very broken man at work right now. A man who I feel, and a few people from work who will see this, and, I'm not talking out of school and I'm not going to say any names, but who forever said how much he didn't like his first ex-wife and blah, blah, blah. Well, she passed on Christmas. And he went actually to take care of her for the last 2 months. But what now has happened is the alcohol has taken over and he doesn't want to be here anymore. So what does that say to me? He never dealt when he got divorced from her 30 years ago and still had that somewhere stashed in his body, and now doesn't even want to be here because his nervous system is so out of whack and there's nothing really any of us can do until he decides what he wants to do for himself. But it hurts my heart to watch. But old Lori would have went, got him taken and had him admitted. New Lori, I'm sorry you're going through a rough time, but I hope you heal. And I set a boundary. I'm just saying, guys, none of us are perfect. All of us are here to learn. But what you wish on another human being is what's going to come back to you. So if you're harboring things that you shouldn't be harboring and then wish bad on another, it may take 20, 30 years to come and get you if you're still here, or it may be death. Just be very careful on what you wish upon another, because eventually it's going to find its way back to you, and that's exactly what happens. So, the cards I didn't pull, and I'm going to roll a few dice, because this will, see how many I got, 8. Who in the collective this will be for, it'll tell you. All right, we got the moon, we got Taurus, Mercury, number 5, number 2, number 5, so 5, 5, change. Virgo. I always forget what that one is. I'm telling you. I'm still learning. Always learning. Always be on the learning. Is that Saturn? Yes, of course. The Saturn thing, man, it's going to start kicking some of your asses, I'm telling you. I'm very happy about it leaving me alone, finally. I've had enough life lessons for a while. Okay, so we got the moon, Saturn, Mercury, Scorpio, Taurus, 5, 5, and 2. So, lots of change. The moon has been hiding some things for sure for some of you. And I don't know what it is that you do for yourself. I know what I do for myself. Me and nature we're like this. 2 of my kitty cats are outside. And my baby Benny, my middle child, he was like, I ain't going to go out. I'm going to hang with you, Mom. So you don't always need to follow the crowd, I guess, is the example with that. What is it that you like to do in your world that you can go do for yourself? Don't include anybody else. Just do it for you. And I'm not talking about going and sitting in the bar. I'm not talking about going and, doing something bad. I'm not talking about taking revenge on somebody. I'm talking something for you that will be positive for your well-being and your mental stability. because that is where most of the world is suffering right now, is in the mental stability. And the signals that have been sent out have been pretty freaking powerful. And what they do is make you think poorly about yourself. Okay? So, there's been a lot of deception all the way around. But if you learn the art of forgiveness, many of you have let go of people or things that no longer serve you. Now is the time to focus on your career, unmarried or divorced individuals. It's about you. It's about taking your strength back, not giving it to the people that just want to suck you dry. Protect. You're learning how to protect yourself. Setting those healthy boundaries with people that don't have good intentions for you. You're learning the art of detachment. This was the biggest one for me, you guys. It was hard. I love my daughter unconditionally, but I know that there's nothing that I can do to force a situation. And she is free to live her beautiful life. And I hope she's happy. And I send love and prayers and everything for her every day. But that is not going to make me hate myself or my life or the beautiful things and people that I have in my life. Your children, you do not own them. They are gifts for you for a period of time to guide and to show them life. Those are not yours. They are their own individual little souls. And that's called the art of detachment. Bring fun into everything you do, juggling multiple priorities or jobs, an exceptional talent for multitasking. Yes, many. But I do believe my life would be I am not the kind of person that can just do one thing. Never happened. You're being asked to jump in, take a chance. Is there something new that you want to start? Is there a new, project? You want to make something by hand? Because your hard work will soon pay off. You're going to get reward and recognition. Do you know how long that I've had some of my channels? My Facebook, 2007 or 8. My Instagram, I don't know, whenever it first came out. TikTok, I've only been maybe about a year and a half. In my YouTube, it's been out there since 2012. But I didn't really do anything till 17. And then really didn't even do a whole lot until like 2020. What does that tell you? It's the instant gratification that too many of us look for. And that's not life. Because then you're not learning anything. You know, I said this, I think, in a few videos a while ago. My life has slowed down so much. You know, I've got piles of paperwork that I need to file. I've been looking at for, I swear, a month and a half. But tomorrow's the day. And how do I do that to myself? I don't know. I do it a lot. But I also know Sundays, I try to rest. I try to just be for me. You know, I'm going to take a nap today. 7 hours of sleep after 26 hours of being awake. It's not enough. It's not enough. Telling you. Reward yourself for the good things that you've already started to do for yourself, okay? Because once you choose to do it and you jump in and you start seeing some, give yourself a pat on, you know, I'm guilty. I don't give myself enough credit for the changes and the things that I've built for myself. You know, my little morning gratitude, which I keep forgetting to show you guys. I'm telling you, I get a yearly check. This can go on for the rest of my life. You know, and as much as it sells or doesn't sell is based on me. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that I actually have something that I make money on that I really don't do much for it anymore, I love. And I think eventually I'm going to hardcover it. Because I just love it so much. Because this is where it started for me, in the sense that I didn't have gratitude. You know, and when you don't have gratitude for the things that you already have, you're never going to pull in anything new. Follow your passion. What is it? Do you know what it is? Be a student. I forever will be a student. I love to learn. I'm a geeky girl that way. I love science. I don't know. You've shown incredible strength. People are starting to see it. And it's going to bring in that justice. There have been a lot of people in a lot of different ways. And for the people out here who have stolen some of my stuff, created pages without my knowledge, have made money off me, I don't worry about it. Why? Because I know the divine will send that to me in a different way. So, for those of you who have done those things and have tried to detour my channels and the things like that and have called me in or sent in, reported, whatever, I thank you. Because it has shown the divine that whatever I'm doing is making a difference because people try to stop it. Kind of the double standard, you know what I mean? But it ends up working out for the people who have the good intentions and who are doing things because they want to help other people find their way, find their own light, become their own sovereign being, quit listening to the outside world. Don't be deterred by challenges along the way. You have an opportunity. Even in the winter right now. Oh, look who's here. Hi, Boo-Boo. Here's my little protection. I think he's going to be my little show cat. But look at the beautiful royalty. Purple is royal. That is coming out of the snow, out of the dead of winter. All the seeds that you could be planting. And then I'm going to read out of my book. I pulled two, Bloodstone and Gardenstone, to wrap this up. Bloodstone, it's number 6. That is about giving, strength, fertility, opening, courage, and creative manifestation. Look at the belly. Birthing. Not just necessarily a child. Some of you, yes. Others of you, new projects, new jobs, new homes, new relationships. Cut out the cancer. Get it out of your life. And then Gardenstone is one of my favorites. Number 14 or 5. That would be our third 5. So 555. All about change. Divine gift. Intuition. Exploration. Connecting with fairy. Recognize those who call you. This is perhaps the most important card in the deck, for this is about finding your own magic, seeking the spirits and stones that speak to you. Do you know how many rocks I have all over my house, in my windowsills, where I live in a mountain that is full of minerals and crystals that come from the mountain. I think almost every window in my house has them. And they're things that I find along the way on my walks or wherever I go. We use the term garden stones to refer to common stones, the ones that you find in the woods, on the beach, or the side of the road, or in your garden. These stones are not obvious gems or crystals, and yet they call to you in some way, catching your attention through a pleasing color, shape, or texture. While crystals and gems may be rare and expensive, garden stones are the gifts of earth that are freely available to everyone. While they're often overlooked or undervalued, these common stones are our natural talismans and amulets. The thing to understand is that each stone has a fairy or diva entity that inhabits it, and if approached properly, it will begin to speak to you. What are you going to do? Going to keep wishing bad? My suggestion? Take all that energy. Take all that negativity. Take all the shit that you throw at other people and judge, and turn it on yourself. And look at the mirror. And ask yourself, what can I change today to make life better for tomorrow? I love you all so much. See you soon.